So last time we were reading, we found out that I didn't quite know how to do a cartwheel, remember? So they were trying to cause a distraction so that no one would really know. And the last time we left off, they were trying to say, hey, look over there at the girls' bathroom. And we're about to see what's going to happen next. The Oath of Liquids. What? Said Emma. What? Said Zuzu. You don't see it? Said Ivy. What are you talking about? Asked Emma. Bean didn't say anything. She was watching Ivy. What was going on? I see a bathroom. I don't see any emergency situation, said Zuzu. She patted the little pink bow in her hair. Ivy stopped pointing and sighed. Oh, well, you probably wouldn't believe me anyway. I'd believe you, said Bean. Anyway, you have to tell me because of the oath. 2 Saturdays before, Ivy had told Bean about blood oaths. If you write down a promise and sign it with your own blood, then you have to keep the promise always. If you didn't, the blood inside your body would curdle. Bean didn't know what curdling was, so Ivy explained that it was like cottage cheese. Ugh, how disgusting was that? Bean was ready to give it a try right away, but first they had to think of an oath. Bean wanted the oath to be about turning her older sister, Nancy, into stone. Well, maybe not forever, but for a month at least. Ivy said no, it had to be something they could do for sure. In the end, they promised to tell each other all their secrets for the rest of their lives. Ivy wrote the words down with a silver marker. It looked very fancy. The problem was that the oath had to be signed by midnight. They tried for 3 days. Ivy tried staying awake until midnight. Bean tried waking herself up at midnight. They both tried sleeping on the floor so that they would be really uncomfortable and wake up. But nothing worked. Ivy said it would be almost the same if they did it at the stroke of noon. So the 2 girls squished into Bean's old playhouse, and Ivy read the oath in a very serious voice. Then she got out a pin. She held it right above her finger, ready to stab herself. Oh, almost ready to stab herself. Blood attracts vampire bats, she said suddenly. Vampire bats? Said Bean. Yeah, vampire bats. They drink blood. Mostly they drink cow blood, but they might get attracted to us if we sign the oath with blood. She put her pin down. Bean understood. Poking your finger with a pin didn't seem like a big deal until you were about to do it. She didn't really want to poke her own finger either. But they both felt disappointed. A blood oath had been such a great idea. Why does it have to be in blood? Asked Bean. Why couldn't it be something else from inside us? Like what? Ivy looked interested. Boogers? Yuck, said Bean. No. What about spit? Ivy said, spit would be all right, I guess. I don't want my spit to curdle either. Bean and Ivy never got much chance to spit because their mothers didn't like it. So they each made one big one, made a big one and gooshed it around into their letters. They had more spit than they knew what to do with. The paper tore in one place, and you couldn't really see their names when it dried. That just made it more mysterious, Bean said. It's an oath of liquid, said Ivy, a powerful oath. So now Ivy had to tell her secret to Bean. Excuse me, said Ivy politely to Emma and Zuzu. She pulled Bean a few steps away. This morning, whispered Ivy, when I went to the bathroom, I got a funny feeling, like I was walking through a cold mist. And even though it was warm, I began to shiver. My teeth were chattering like this, la, 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 and Ivy smacked her teeth together. And then I heard a strange whining noise like this, and Ivy squealed with her mouth closed. Bean didn't know what she was talking about. Was it someone locked in a stall, she guessed? No, you don't get it, Ivy's eyes glowed. Get what? It's a ghost. The bathroom is haunted, Ivy shouted. Bean spun around to look at the school. The long, open breezeway was dotted with blue doors. The first and second grade girls' bathroom was in the middle of a breezeway. Bean could see a girl coming out of the bathroom door right now. Look, Ivy grabbed her arm. See the cloud stuff right next to that girl's head? See? Bean squinted. The more she squinted, the more she could see pale, milky cloud floating on the side of one of the bathroom doors. The girls stepping out into the breezeway rubbed her arms. See? Ivy squeaked. See, she's cold because she just walked through a ghost. And then Bean could see it clearly. The pale spot grew thicker until it was a patch of fog about the size of a person. You couldn't see it though. It was inside the bathroom. I can see it, whispered Bean. Does it have yellowish eyes like flashlights? Yes, Ivy whispered, squeezing Bean's arms. Yes, it does. They looked at each other and smiled. This was even better than a blood oath. How totally cool, shouted Bean. A haunted bathroom in her own school. What's cool? Yelled Emma and Zuzu together. Tell us. But at that minute, the bell rang. Lunch was over. We'll tell, said Ivy. Right here, after school. You're going to love it, said Bean. Do you think there really is a ghost there? I don't know about that. We'll have to see what happens next time.